Hello, all of my beautiful people. So today I am going to explain why every single person who is going to a restaurant or a fast food restaurant, why you should be patient with the fast food or restaurant worker. So sorry, it's really windy. I'm on my lunch right now at work. I'm on break, and my car just got fixed finally. Thank God. A lot of you guys don't know, but I got into a wreck like 2 weeks ago, but it's finally fixed now. That's why I'm on my car. Anyway, so I work at Sonic Drive-In in the one in Villa Park, Illinois, for 5 years. I started there. The start date was June 10th, 2012 through, and then I quit November 10th, 2017, 5 days before I had my abortion. And I became a shift manager or shift leader, whatever, it's the same thing as a manager, in September of 2014. And so I opened the store from like 5 to 6 days a week, and I would be there at 6, or I would have to be there at 6 a.m. and because we would open at 7 a.m. but sometimes I would get there at 6:30 because literally I only get like 3 hours of sleep, you know, because I suffer with insomnia. And then I would get off at like either 2 p.m. and sometimes 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. It depends on, you know, who was the next manager that came in, because one always came late, like every single day came late. He doesn't care. So I was exhausted, okay? And so also I was pregnant 3 times while working there too. So and then like being around on your feet, you know, the whole entire time, like all those hours, you know, I'm thinking that maybe that's why I had problems with pregnancy. I mean, I don't know, because, you know, you're constantly on your feet and running around just like, you know, you just got your freaking head chopped off like a chicken. But so customers constantly always complained about the littlest, petty, dumbest things ever. Like, okay, so I'm going to actually, okay, also, I got threatened a lot to get my ass kicked by a bunch of girls. Like, I mean, I don't even know how many girls had, like, you know, threatened me. And it was always when I was alone. Like, it was always before, because the next person would come at, like, 11 a.m., sometimes 12:30 p.m., the very latest. And especially if it's, like, on a Saturday, like, or Sunday morning, like, oh my God, I would be so upset. Like, you have no idea. Sorry, guys, it's, like, really windy. Okay, so, and then every single time there was a sync report, like, the sync reports are, if someone complains, and they call it corporate, because the number of the corporate was right on the cup. So they would call it corporate, and they would complain a lot about me. And then my boss, Eric, at the time, when he was there for 3 years, he would have me close them out, even though it was about me. Because I guess I had the sweetest voice, and I was very understanding, patient, and I listened to the customer, and I made them happy, you know. I guess I sound like a whole different person too on the phone, so that's why he had me, you know, close out like pretty much 90% of the Singapore's, you know. And then when you open the store at Sonic, so like you have to get all the fruit ready, because like when you make cherry limeades, and like because we mix actual like real fruit strawberry in the drinks, so like I had to get the lemons chopped, or lemons cut every day, and make sure the frozen machine with the ice cream and shakes was turned on, and it would take like an hour to be actually like fully ready, and then the strawberries prepped. I mean, like, there was a lot of prep that I had to do. Plus, you know, make sure that everything was clean. Plus, check garbages, getting the outside patio ready, getting the inside patio ready. You know, and just like make sure, like, double check everything, you know, and make sure all the cups are full. Like, there's a lot to do. Plus, like, sometimes I did the inventory and put some stuff away. And then also, one thing that the corporate was so like on our asses about was labor. And because Sonic, like the franchise that I was working for, was so like just all about labor. So like if it was slow, like let's say like at 3 o'clock, there was only like $300 in sales, okay, but there was like 8 people on the clock. and let's say that the labor went up to like 35, okay? Like they would call because they can actually like see everything that's going on, and like literally like call us and be like, you know, why is there 8 people, you know, clocked in, da da da. And it was just like, you know, just working in the food industry, like if you have not, you know, worked in any kind of food industry, to anybody that's watching this, like please be patient with every single person, because you don't know what they're going through. Because like honestly, like that place, like I was in my darkest place working there, and working there actually put me in my darkest place ever. And I mean, like, especially in the mornings when I would have my rushes, because like I would have people in drive-through that are full. The patio would have a bunch of people that, you know, were waiting in line. People in the stalls would be waiting, and like I mean, like literally, I would have like 3 or 4 headsets just to take orders, and the screen would be full, and it would just be crazy. Like I mean, some days, like, you know, in the wintertime they'd be slow, yeah, but like when it started to get warm, oh my gosh, like forget that, man. And I mean, it stresses you out so much to where like sometimes like I even went off. Like I mean, when they went off of me first, I went off back. Like I did not bite my tongue at all. Like I just let it go. Because like there was one girl, hey, like one girl that one of the girls that threatened to kick my ass. She got pissed because I had like my whole entire drive-through was full. I had people in the stalls that were full. And it was like a Sunday morning too. And also I had people in the patio that were waiting, okay? So everybody was waiting, okay? And this girl, she worked for DoorDash, okay? So she said that her customer ordered a slushie, and didn't see the flavor, and like just a candy slush. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, what size, what flavor, and what kind of candy? And she's like, I don't know, you know, what kind do you have? And I was like, you're right in front of the menu. Like I can't, you know, tell you, I can't name them all right now because I have a lot. Like, I even told her this too. People can hear, you know, from the cars in front of her and behind her. They heard me saying like, I'm sorry, I can't, you know, tell you everything because of the fact that I have so many people that are waiting to take orders. And she's like, well, you know, I need you to come out here and read them to me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, and she's like, yes you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then she started going ape shit on me. I mean, like, this was probably the worst one. Like, she started going ape shit on me. And then I just, like, stopped, you know, talking to her. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take more, you know, other orders until you know what you want. And then, you know, I hung up on her. And then I, you know, took other orders. And I was like, you know, I'm sorry about that, you know. And then I would tell them, you know, that I'm really busy, so I'm so sorry. Thank you for, you know, being patient and waiting. And sometimes people would just leave. And then okay, so this girl, she stayed in the drive-thru, right? And then she comes up to the window, and I was so scared too because I was by myself, okay? Like literally there's nobody there. And it was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. And she tried jumping out her car window and try to get into my window to kick my ass. And so I like slammed the window, I locked it, I locked the patio doors, and I told everybody, and I called the cops. I had to have her, I had to call the cops twice. I had to escort her off the premises twice, okay? Like, this is like the worst day. Like, this is why I quit, because so many people would threaten to kick my ass. And like, I mean, when my boss would actually be there and he would hear it, like, he would actually cut in and then, you know, start, like, you know, sticking up for me. But it's, like, crazy. It's like, dude, like, you didn't even know, because at the time, like, I was actually pregnant. This is with the baby that I had to abort. And so it was, like, you know, just the worst timing, because I had so much stuff going on emotionally and physically with my body, like, and I was just so depressed. Like, I even, like, wrote suicide letters, like, suicide notes to my daughters, like, you know, goodbye letters, because I mean, I still have them in my car, and like, you know, but this is just just in case if something ever does happen to me, like I'm driving, God forbid I get into a car accident and I die, like, you know, these letters for them, so I can keep with them forever. Like, I was like literally like, you know, I was going to commit suicide. That's how low I felt. So like, to the people, like, if they have attitude at the, you know, at the restaurant or the fast food place that you are, eating at, and they're, being mean or rude, you don't know what they're going through. Like, they could be like really stressed out, something bad could just happen to their family, like anything could have happened. You don't know. Like, there's always a reason for someone being rude. And like honestly, like the customers that, like my regular customers, like they loved me, and it's like that's because they were kind to me and they were understanding and patient. They knew, and like I even opened up to them about a lot of my problems too at the time. And so like they like, because they would like literally come in every day and talk to me, and it was so nice. I loved it. But like honestly, like running around like crazy when you're by yourself because of all these people, that are coming all at once, and me running around like crazy, trying to get everybody's orders out. I think that's the reason why I had such, bad pregnancies too. Because I was bleeding, with Avery at 20 weeks, and I shouldn't have been bleeding. Like, I think that's the reason why. Because I was like, number one, stressed. Number two, my cervix was weak. So I think that running around like that, made me bleed. But, like honestly, like, working as a manager and when you're by yourself, it does take a toll on you, on your mental health, and also physically. Like, it really does. And people that have not worked in the food industry do not realize it. So that's why I'm saying, like, because of my personal experience, like, I'm pretty sure that there is people that have gone through much worse than I have. And, that's why you need to be nice and patient. Because, like, whenever I do go to any place and there's a long line, like, I'm patient. I'm always nice. I'm kind. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. Because I know that, they're busy. I get it. Like, I understand. And I had a lot of customers that did understand that too, which is awesome. But, like, I don't know. Like, I'm so happy. Like, the day that I put my 2 weeks in, one of the corporate guys, Zach, he actually, went to the store and try to talk to me, and we actually had a conversation in the patio, just me and him, and I opened up to him and told him what was going on, that I cheated on Toby, and he was like, is there anything I can do? Because I was telling him I had to have an abortion, I just couldn't do anymore. I was just so depressed. Like, I told him that, I was feeling suicidal, and that, working there, it would make me kill myself. Like, honestly, if I stayed there any longer, I would honestly kill myself. And so he was like, okay, well, maybe you could just, take a break, and then come back when you're better. Because the corporate guys, like, they did not want me to leave. Because, like, I mean, I could literally do everything. Like, so, but I mean, it was nice that he actually, set me down and, like, tried to talk to me, just to see what's going on. Because he, like, literally trained me, from day one. When I started there, because he's like, I saw you go from the bottom to the top. Like, he's like, you're an amazing worker, and I really don't want to see you go. I mean, he's like, but I understand, it's really hard, and which, yes, it really, really is. But he didn't know that there were like things I was like actually going through at the time. He didn't, and so like opening up to him, it was actually like really nice. It felt really good, to get it off my chest. But I don't know, it's just being alone when you're going through a lot emotionally and physically, and when you have like, suicide issues like I did. Because I mean, I don't anymore. Like, I'm not suicidal at all anymore. Like, yeah, I had depression. I've battled depression for over half my life, and I learned coping skills. But working there, I did not have any coping skills at all. So, but like, honestly, you guys don't understand. Like, even if people are being rude to you, kill them with kindness and smile to them. Like, actually, like, show a sincere, genuine smile, because you don't know what that one smile can do. Because honestly, when I have my bad days, like that one smile, when a person would actually smile to me and they were being kind to me, it actually made my day and it made me feel better. It really did. And like, you don't understand, because like there was like a few days when I was working there that I was actually planning on killing myself, like, right after I got off the clock. And because that person, like, smiled at me, it was nice to me, it just made me happy, and then it made me think about my girls, like, I don't want to leave, and Toby, like, I don't want to leave, like, I actually don't want to kill myself, so like, you don't understand, like, how, what they really could do. So, be kind to every single person, just in general, people that work everywhere, like, any job is hard, like retail, fast food. I mean, especially fast food, because I mean, I've known that so much because I've been there for 5 years, like 5 years of my life. 5.5 years of my life, you know, I was a manager. So like, I know it's hard. And there's just so much put on you. Like, there's so much, you know, like they expect so much out of you. And I mean, like, literally working every single day, opening a store 5 or 6 days a week, and only on 3 hours of sleep. Like, I mean, because Toby and I, like, we were at a rocky, you know, phase, because like we weren't talking, like we broke up a couple times when he was still living in my house, so it's like a real emotional wreck. And just, you know, then having things said that, you know, he wasn't in love with me anymore, and that, you know, he didn't want to be with me, and I cheated on him physically with one of my old coworkers that actually worked there too. You know, it was just a lot, you know, and I know other people have gone through worse than I have, but I mean, I still have PTSD from just, you know, flashbacks of me working there. Like, it really does give me PTSD. I don't like it at all. But that's why, you know, I just want to get my story out there, because not a lot of people know actually what goes on, like, behind, you know, closed doors at any restaurant. And I just, you know, want to share my story. So I really hope that I got, you know, to some of you guys, like, I really hope I got to, like, you know, some of you guys, you know, got your guys' heads a little bit, and, you know, made you think about, you know, people in the fast food or restaurant industry, because it's really, really hard. It really is. That's why, you know, when I quit, like, I had no job for 2 months after that. I didn't even care. I just needed a break for my mental health, just to get back to normal, because after I had my abortion, like, I was even more depressed, and I was even more suicidal and stuff, and it did a lot. Like, I went through a lot in 2017. Like, 2017 was probably like my worst year by far, and it was just bad. Like, everything in my life was just going wrong, you know, besides my daughters, of course. Like, Toby and I, like, we were not doing good, you know. But yeah, but I'm done with this video though. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys watched, you know, the entire full video, you know, thank you. And I really hope that I, you know, open your eyes a little bit about people in general that are working if they have a bad day. You know, just, it's not about you. It's nothing to do with you. It's just, you know, they have something going on in their lives. So be patient, be kind, be respectful, and that honestly can, you know, really make someone's day by showing them a smile. So, but yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, again, just like I said, I'll see you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.